Welcome to the loaded cannon, and my God, that cannon was loaded today. Shot after shot after shot, goal after goal. There comes a point in these sorts of games where it's like it's not as fun because they were saying in the commentary it was like a training session. Genuinely, Arsenal would have had harder training sessions than this season. This was honestly a game against training cones. Absolutely so easy. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, this is all because Sheffield United were rubbish. They were rubbish. But the way Arsenal started is what made them rubbish. It's like just after 4 minutes, I looked at the time that had gone after 4 minutes and thought to myself, we should have scored by now. And I realised it was very early on in the game, but I just thought to myself, how have we just rocked up on the pitch and, just clicked? It's just clicked. So, like as if we've been playing the game for like 70 minutes. We're in a rhythm and we've built up a head of steam and a pattern of play all after 4 minutes. And I was just like, wow. And it didn't take us much more time to go and score the first goal. We just went out on that pitch as if literally there was no opposition in front of us. It was just as if it was training cones. And look, I know it sounds very disrespectful to Sheffield United, but really, their performance doesn't deserve a lot of respect. They were so passive, so naive. They gave us so much time. It's like they thought to themselves, oh, provided we've got good shape, a couple of banks of four, or maybe at times a bank of five, at times a bank of six at the back, whatever it was. But it was just awful from them. They would just gravitate to the ball like flies, like a moth to a light, and then once we'd switch it, they'd be so slow at getting back across. I just thought to myself they were really poor. But I think it's because, as I said, the way Arsenal started, we didn't give them even a chance to think they could get anything from the game. So you have to credit Arsenal because for as poor as Sheffield United were, Arsenal were just absolutely fantastic. It's amazing to think, like, what is it? 6 games ago, we were all talking about the fact that we desperately need a striker. And that conversation may well yet come around again because right now we're on unbelievable form. But what I love about the way we play right now, we are making those chances count. We've just all of a sudden found that clinical edge that we've been lacking for so long. It almost felt like before we'd need about 4 chances and then get a goal. Right now, every time we get a sniff of goal, we're working the keeper. Even if we're not scoring, we're working the keeper. Shots are going on target. 22 shots today, 10 on target. I mean, and I think when you look at the first maybe 10 shots, a higher proportion would have gone on target. It's almost like as the game went on, yeah, we took our foot off the pedal. Being 5-0 up at half time, then yeah, we were always going to take our foot off the pedal. And I have to admit, we cannot complain today, obviously, but I really wanted one of 2 things today. Well, there's maybe one of 3 things. The first one was just this random irrelevant stat that we've got going on of 2 goals being scored in consecutive halves. So we managed to get 8 after the first half today. So that means for the last 8 halves of football in the Premier League, we've got 2 goals or more. That's a record, And I wanted us to get 1 more goal in the second half to make it 9 after we scored the goal in the 58th minute with Ben White. On his left foot, by the way. Brilliant. So that didn't happen. Also, I wanted us to equal Arsenal's best ever away result, which would have been a 7-0 win. Unfortunately, we didn't do that. And then the third thing, honestly, at half-time, I was thinking to myself, no team in the league has ever got 10 in a game. I'd love to try and even push that. And we didn't get any of them, and it doesn't matter. Because ultimately, look, we've rocked up away from home, and we've demolished Sheffield United 6-0. And one thing I want to say about this is that people might turn around and say, only Sheffield United. Who did Liverpool play over the weekend? Only Nottingham Forest. And they had a 99th minute, last second winner. Darwin Núñez scoring the header to make it 1-0. And if it wasn't for that, it looked like they were dropping points. Arsenal went about our business as early as, the 5th minute and won the game. So if you don't start off like that, if you do let teams come into the game, if you let them think their game plan is working, if you let them build up some confidence, then they can make it difficult for you. And they get that siege mentality. We can get something out of the game. Arsenal didn't even let that happen. So we deserve a lot of credit for that. And also, the other thing that I think this team deserves a lot of credit for is that when you play last in a match week, and not only that, it's like not even on the same day as everyone else. The whole league fixtures have been played for that match week. You've seen Man City win, you've seen Liverpool win, even Tottenham, not that they're rivals or anything, but yeah, they've gone and won as well. And you think to yourself, all the people now, everyone, all the fans, all the pundits are going to be sitting there watching Arsenal saying, look, the two teams that are going for the title, Man City and Liverpool, they both won. And the manner of those victories as well, with it being the Manchester derby and Man City going 1-0 down and then coming back so strongly and battering them to win 3-1. And then with Liverpool, almost Arsenal having the false hope and the disappointment of potentially being able to narrow the gap, and then they're getting that 99th minute winner. You think to yourself, I wonder how Arsenal are going to bounce back. I wonder if they're going to be able to deal with the pressure. All eyes on Arsenal going away from home. Like I said, Liverpool went to Forest and it wasn't easy there. Would Arsenal potentially come up against some really stern opposition in Sheffield United? And you know what? We dealt with the pressure unbelievably well. And now, next weekend, I'm looking forward to it because we play first. We go and play Brentford at home. Look, the way we're playing right now, everyone must fancy us to go and beat Brentford. And we have to go and get those 3 points. And if we do that, before that Liverpool-Man City game kicks off, we are top of the league. And I'm telling you right now, we'll win that game and Man City and Liverpool will draw at Anfield. And we will be top of the league. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think will happen once we're done with the match, we're done with the fixtures after the next match week. Let me know what you think as well. Who do you think is going to win out of that Liverpool-Man City game? Because for me, that is just a massive, massive game now in the Premier League title race. And for Man City as well, do you know what? It's interesting because they've got a run of fixtures where you think to yourself, this is really, really going to show everyone what they're made of. They've just played Man United. They've come through that. They've won. Now they've got Liverpool away. Now, after that, they've got Brighton away. And then they've got Arsenal at home. So a really, really tough week a really, really tough month for Man City. And we know how good they are. We know they can come through it. But that's why I'm desperate for them to drop points against Liverpool. Because, look, when we go to their place, we've done the job against them at our place. When we go to their place, yes, I would be hoping to not lose the game. But you never know with Man City. The form that we're on, we can achieve anything. But I just want to make sure that we win some points against them. We narrow that gap because Sunday, March the 31st, away from home at the Etihad is going to be very, very tough. But anyway, listen, right now, anyone that doesn't believe that Arsenal can win the league, I mean, that crowd, that group of people that don't believe must be very, very small and very, very quiet right now because the way we're playing is absolutely brilliant. Love the fact that we were able to take players off, Saka and Rice, etc., and protect them. Obviously, we've got a big Champions League game coming up as well that we need to win after a very, very disappointing result in Portugal. Fingers crossed we do that. And listen, I just want to play every single day. I want games to come thick and fast. Like the way we're playing right now, I just want to play every single day. Arsenal, it's a joy to watch you at the minute. Keep it up. Let's hopefully achieve something special this season.